So, can I go through my warm-up questions?
Sure.
Balls, Bob Bobman, penis,
Yes.
Keith Mitchell, dicks.
Wait, Keith Mitchell was a question?
Yep.
I think Keith just wrote his name.
The answer is always yes.
Right. We're big fans of Keith.
Yeah.
We are.
DB.
Dumpster baby?
Did anybody put like semicolon drop tables as their question?
No.
Oh, I bet that's what they tried to do. I bet you're right. They probably tried to type a database command or something stupid.
That sounds like Brian.
Or dumpster baby.
Yeah.
Dumpster baby.
We are Bottle Fuchsia. And we're going to be answering some questions tonight.
Because why?
Why?
Yeah.
Because this is the podcast 42. And 42 is the answer to life, the universe, and everything. So we're going to make up some answers as well. I think that's how the logic went.
Something like that.
Yeah.
We're going to answer questions.
Yes. The questions have already been asked to us. We're going to provide the answers. I don't know. It links, and it was a good idea at the time. I'm excited to see where this goes. You can find us at bottlefuchsia.com, streams at twitch.tv/bottlefuchsia, and mixer.com/bottlefuchsia, videos and archive streams at youtube/bottlefuchsia, which, by the way, our weekly podcast is now on YouTube. So if that's your thing, with enhanced pictures.
Visual. So when we talk about a game for like 5 minutes and you forget what game we're talking about because we don't say the name of it, because we do that all the time.
Yep.
Kay is here to help everyone out and just leave it on the screen so you know.
Such a good idea.
When we talk about wine coolers or rainbows or squid dongles. Yeah. So if you like visual aids with your bottled fuchsia.
Always.
We're also on Facebook and Twitter at Bottle Fuchsia. On with us tonight, we have Nanners.
Hello.
Kitty.
Hey there.
John.
I'm not hosting.
Aaron.
Hey.
And Brady.
Hello.
And I'm Kay, obviously. So I'm hosting because I'd like to say the brains behind this, but I don't know that that's the right answer.
You're the reason behind this.
I'm the reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do we want to start?
You ask the questions.
Yeah,
All right.
I think you just go through the list
Just
and
mix
use
them
your
all up.
discretion.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to start with one of my favorite ones from last week that people have had. So this is one of the only ones that people have had time to prepare for. What Pokemon name makes the best sex pose?
We're just starting right there, are we?
Yeah.
Just a pose, not a position or a move.
Okay.
Like
Well,
just,
it says best pose position.
just gonna jump up like
Yeah.
during or after.
I mean,
like,
if you don't want to move, that can be part of. It's
yeah.
up to you.
Yeah. That would be the Snorlax.
that would be.
She just lays there and takes it. What else did we come up with last week?
My answer, which is the correct answer, is the Guzzlord.
It's very good.
What type of Pokemon is that?
Let me totally not click this Bulbapedia. It is a Dark Dragon Pokemon. It is one of the Ultra Beasts.
Seems appropriate.
Boring people only do the vanillin position.
Vanillin?
Vanillin.
What?
Fair.
It's an ice cream cone. It's literally a vanilla ice cream cone called vanillin.
I like the Lickitung.
That's a good one.
That's a classic, I think.
I still think the Clauncher's got to be something.
The Clauncher?
The Clauncher.
What is the Clauncher?
Well, the Clauncher, the Pokemon is what is it? A lobster, I guess.
That's what you get
that is-
after.
Just a water.
you
Yeah,
can-
I guess you could. Yeah, catch.
You
the
contract
catch the
clauncher.
claunch.
You that's. I said sex position, not STD.
No, all right, I'll have to try again.
The Blastoise. Come on.
Yeah,
That's
Get-
good.
Getting the old Poliwag or Poliwhirl. We don't talk about the Poliwrath.
I like that we're not indicating. We don't need to explain what the sex position is.
Oh, absolutely
No.
not. Use your imagination.
Yep. It's better that way.
Brady, what is your?
Say Poplio.
I don't know. They're all pretty sex position-y. I'm not too up to date on Pokemon things, but like Squirtle, Snorlax, like those are probably already sex positions.
Squirtle?
probably.
Or like, hey baby, you want to try out the Bulbasaur?
Is there any? Is there any Pokemon that's like completely unsexy?
Mr.
Magnemite.
Mime.
Like hey baby, you want a Magnemite tonight? Or is thinking
Vileplume.
Vileplume. I got Vileplume you. I don't know. All right. Anyway,
Yep.
Yep.
Moving on.
I have always wondered: is it physically possible for a person to burp and fart simultaneously?
That sounds like somebody who's done it and just wants to be validated.
Yeah.
Just really wants.
You say no, and they go, actually.
And then don't your eyes pop out too if you or is that
All sorts of
sneezing
things
and
go
your
on.
eyes aren't closed? Sure. Sure.
If you're fighting
Sure.
Vader
I think it's
in
possible.
a match, you know.
Well, if you
I think it's possible.
Yeah.
if you do it though, it's like glitching in Ocarina of Time. Then you can like go through certain walls and like jump, walk
What
over
does
the
science say, Kay?
Oh,
I'll
why
defer
am I
to
the
science.
representative.
Yeah, eat a really big burrito and then we'll punch you in the stomach
Oh,
for science.
just like a lot of.
Yeah, we might get more than just gas.
Yeah.
I mean, you teach anatomy and physiology. Like, shouldn't this be covered in the class?
yeah.
There's a whole chapter on it.
Yeah, really, a whole unit.
All right. So somebody mentioned Zelda. I think it was Aaron.
That was me.
So
That
there
was-
are some.
that's about right, yeah.
There are some specific questions. So specifically for Aaron,
Oh.
Shovel Knight or Link, you can only choose one.
Whoa.
And
There-
that's the rest
In
of the
bed.
podcast.
There are so many links, and there's only one Shovel Knight, though. Like, that's... I mean, they're all technically different links. Not... Most of them are technically different links, so...
I mean, Shovel Knight's showing up in a few places. He's in
is.
Ukulele.
Yeah. He's the same Shovel Knight every time, though.
I mean, he's more three-dimensional, but
Okay.
Yeah,
so
it's
can we,
true.
can
That's
we
true.
phrase? Can we maybe phrase it another way? Like, you can only pick one for the rest of your life.
Oh, that's a rough one. I'm gonna have to go Link, but that's begrudging. I love Shovel Knight. Link's just got, I guess, so much more at his disposal, and has been through so many other adventures. If we're just talking about like if I can only play like a game starring Link
Right,
versus
yeah.
Shovel Knight, then yeah, I'm gonna have to go Link just for more options. But
the,
it's a really hard call on that one.
the Shovel Knight, I mean, Link... The shovel is only one of Link's tools, put it that way.
That's
Oh.
true. That's
Ooh.
true. He does have a shovel. He hasn't learned to do the shovel bounce yet, but
No.
that could happen.
It's cheating. All right. So John,
Hmm?
same vein. You can only choose one for like
Mhm.
ever. Zelda or Star Wars?
Oof.
Oh boy. I feel like someone needs to put a timer on this, and I just need to answer at one. Disney's going to make Star Wars movies forever, so I can expect that once a year.
Mm-hmm.
Nintendo will probably keep making Zeldas forever, like every 4 years.
I mean, if the Zeldas are ever as good as like Breath of the Wild, or if they're always as shitty as like I don't know
The
what shitty-
CDI ones.
The CDI ones. Let's not go there.
I'm
or
gonna
or Star Wars could be like the second trilogy, the prequels.
The
Yeah,
Ewok special.
basically like your favorite. do you want to play things forever or watch things forever? Like, they are at the top of my...
games.
They're Star Wars games.
There are good Star Wars games, too.
Knights of the Old Republic and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, has there ever been a good Zelda movie?
No.
Well, not yet. There's a great cartoon series that ran on the Super Mario Brothers Super Show.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Star Wars. I'll say Star Wars and say someone please make a Star Wars Zelda-like game for me to fill the void. But yeah, you're basically Link to the Past is my favorite video game and Star Wars are my favorite movie series. So you basically asked movies or video games, but
Kind of, yeah.
So you just need a Luke to the past and you're good to go.
yeah, Luke to the Past. Get it done, Nintendo.
It's never coming.
No, it's not.
We can't do this one, but I just really wanted to ask this question. I can't really answer it. Lick a person beside you. What color do they taste like?
Snozberries.
What?
Fuchsia.
Yeah.
Fuchsia.
I
We all
mean,
taste like fuchsia.
Oh, okay. So we can piggyback off that. Why the color fuchsia? Do you guys hate spelling?
Do we hate good graphic design, too? It's the worst color to work with.
And marketing, we also hate marketing.
Yep.
Yeah.
And our
You,
search
I hate cyan.
our search SEO because
Yep.
no one can spell it. It's not that
Do you wanna-
we all know how to spell it. It's not
Yeah,
our
at this
problem.
point, yes.
That's
Do you want to field this one, John?
Fuchsia.
Fuchsia, yeah.
Yeah.
You just
it-
really don't like Sia.
I mean, the name came from an original place of employment that when our entire department was split into teams, every team had a color, and fuchsia was assigned to one of the groups, which I was never in, but am somehow here now.
I was in it, and so was Brian.
Yep.
A couple other
Friend
friends
of
of
the
the site were in it as well. We had a kind of off-the-record chat room that we had while we were all on that team, where we basically just complained about work and so forth. After we all moved on from the team kind of disbanded. The chat room kept going. Brian actually put it on a separate server, and we eventually started opening it up to everybody we'd like to talk to during the day.
Yep.
So that's where you guys came in. That's where John came in. That's how we got a bunch of people in there, and then we kind of made a podcast out of that eventually.
Shout out to Dan Bogart for thinking
Yeah.
Colin would hate that name.
Yep.
But Colin embraced fuchsia.
He did. He had no choice. So
Yes.
So then we became bottled fuchsia as
Because
Snapshot.
fuchsia.com is way too much to register.
my God, whoever owns that is such an asshole. It was up for auction on the GoDaddy auctions, and John actually put a bid on it, and the guy just locked it, raised the minimum bid to something ridiculous, and I think it's still up there today, isn't it? Or did it
No,
get sold
it's
at some
gone.
point?
It's
Yeah.
not even under auction anymore. I think if you type it into... I think if
You
you
get
go to
like a-
fuchsia.com, it just redirects you. So
Yeah.
it's not even like a marketing page anymore.
I thought we originally went with bottled fuchsia because the podcast was going to be video games and beer.
Yep.
Was the bottled
Yeah.
part beer?
And I think that lasted for about 1 or 2 podcasts.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there were
Our-
way more people on that podcast, too.
Oh my God, we had like 7 or 8 people to begin with.
Yeah, we had a lot of people in the early days.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Those
now
are
the
lost
beer is just
to
what
time.
fuels us and what you hear in the background.
The beer is silent.
Yeah.
Bottled fuchsia. The
Hopefully.
beer is silent.
I like that tagline.
Yeah, it's good.
So would you rather lose your big toe or your little finger? I'll start with Brady.
I'm gonna go big toe.
Okay. Aaron?
I'm gonna go big toe because I don't type with my feet.
Nanners?
I actually have to agree with Aaron on this one. I also don't type with my feet. So I was going to say little finger, but he makes a valid point. So
Yeah.
Kitty?
I totally disagree with everybody. For me, this is no question, Littlefinger.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because I like being physically active. I like hiking. And I have pretty bad balance anyway. So I think without a big toe, it'd be even worse.
Ooh.
Yeah. I would have said Littlefinger without a question. Like, absolutely.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, I don't type with my little finger that much. And like on a controller, like how much easier would a controller be holding when you don't have my little finger just hanging off there, attached to nothing. Anyway, John, little finger or big toe?
I was also going to go little finger just because I feel like balance-wise would suck to lose a toe. I also stand at a standing desk all day, so
you almost
I'd
did
be
lose
you get
your
good
big
at
toe,
it.
so you have experience.
Yeah, I had heavy things strapped on it. That sucked.
I feel like you could get a pretty good like replacement for the big toe that would be fairly as functional. But if you
Is there a market for prosthetic big toes?
I just
Nanas
imagine
can make us one.
Yeah,
you
I was
could
gonna
3D
say
print
I'm
some.
sure I could come up with something.
yeah.
How many hot dogs could you eat? Full stop. That's the question. There's no
Just
time
forever?
limit.
So
Like,
it's just
my
like-
entire life? Just
How many hot dogs could you eat?
Just,
Can I
A
just say?
bajillion.
I mean, if they're gonna just leave it like that, I'm gonna say a lot.
A lot.
yeah, like a bunch
Okay, so
One
like
metric hot dog.
One,
per unit.
like in a sitting. Like, what's a respectable amount of hot dogs?
Respectable.
We're talking
or
buns?
Like
Yeah,
what
it's
I could
also
wait.
There's no respect
respectable or
involved.
what I could eat.
Yeah.
Because I could eat a lot and feel really bad about myself afterwards,
Yeah.
Alright,
and
Can
my
I give you
body
guys-
would be disappointed with me.
can I give you a guideline here? I googled it.
Okay.
And the what is this? The
Taylor
National Hot
recommended.
Dog and Sausage Council estimates that Americans eat 60 hot dogs every year on average. So if you're not thinking 60 in one sitting,
That's
then
5 a month? That seems low.
That seems high.
Yeah, that seems
Yeah,
high to me.
that's
I was
more.
gonna say hi.
That's more than I eat, but I
mean,
also eat better than like a single bachelor man now. I used to eat more hot dogs because you put them in the microwave and then
Oh God.
They're
And cut them
done.
up and put them into other
No.
things.
God
like macaroni.
damn! What are you guys doing to hot dogs?
No.
No.
Yes, tell me where you're going to grill when you have an apartment.
No, you put them in a pan.
Nah.
You boil them.
Oh God, no.
mash them, stick them in a stew.
Okay, so on the spot question, what's your preferred hot dog preparation method?
Grill.
Girl?
Circumcised.
You do want to cut it open a little bit so it doesn't.
You gotta let it vent.
No, on
Oh.
on like a cast iron with a lot of butter.
Cast iron with onions and butter.
Did butter? Does a hot
Yeah.
dog soak anything up?
I don't know. It just
No, it doesn't.
Just
Like
skin
no.
it.
I don't think you need butter for anything in that equation.
no, you just put a little in the pan so it browns it though. It's we have a recipe called drunk hot dogs where you saute onions in the pan and then you toss the hot dogs in and fry them in that.
you know, but
They're
but
godly.
the first step is get drunk.
Drunk, yeah.
And then go, you know what would be really good right now? Hot dogs.
And then you microwave them because you're drunk.
No.
Right.
Oh.
Is a hot dog a sandwich? That actually is a question.
Yes, it can be.
It can
With,
be.
with
Sure.
a bun, I
I'll
would
say
consider
sure.
that a
Yes.
sandwich. Yeah.
Yeah.
It just seems like such a specific, like,
I mean, it's very
niche
much.
sandwich,
right.
if it is.
Yeah.
It's bread and protein, right? Like that's the definition of a sandwich is bread and then something or like
Well, it's like things between two pieces of bread, right?
yeah. So I mean you could put anything in there. You could put bread in there.
Just like
Ooh.
3 slices of bread, and that's a bread sandwich.
Yeah.
Would it make you feel better if we?
I was a
sliced
college
up?
student.
What, John?
I was gonna say, would it make you feel more like a sandwich, Aaron, if we just sliced it, thin sliced, and then put cheese on it?
I see your point.
Because I mean, it's just another meat. That's
Yeah, you're right.
The last time I made chili veggie dogs for me and Aaron, he ate them on hot dog or hamburger buns because I didn't feel like buying a second pack of his bread.
Oh, yeah.
So that was a sandwich.
I've done
Yeah,
that.
yeah, you're right.
I've cut hot dogs in half and put them in hamburger buns.
Yeah.
You use what you have.
Kitty, since we're talking about hot dogs, do you miss, and by the way, miss is in quotes,
Oh.
do you miss any non-vegan foods?
Well, I really don't miss inappropriate use of quotation marks.
Yeah.
Burn.
Miss.
At this point, not really. Like it's funny. Your body what you crave changes when you radically change your diet. I will say the hardest thing for me to give up was unflavored, unsweetened Greek yogurt. I used to love that. Now I finally found a good unsweetened soy yogurt that I like, but that, when I first decided to go full vegan, that was the thing that I would think about. But honestly, like, your body craves what you feed it, and at this point, I don't really crave animal stuff anymore.
I think I would be okay except for cheese. I could probably go
That is a
vegetarian.
challenging one.
But cheese.
We're finding some better vegetarian vegan cheeses.
Yeah, vegan cheeses are definitely getting better.
Yeah.
Because there's more of a market for them. Also, I will admit there are certain things I liked, like baked brie or pizza, obviously, but I was not as
Brie.
into cheese as a lot of other people are. I was
Oh,
more of a
I see.
yogurt person than a cheese person.
All right, who here is a yogurt person? Who here is
I-
a cheese
wait.
person?
I'm a human person.
Wait, is
I
that
like
Like
fruit.
even when I was
Are
a
those
little
our
kid,
two
I didn't
options?
really like cheese. So
Oh God.
like I don't hate it. I didn't hate it, but like Aaron, when I met, would always be like, "Why do you always get your burger with no cheese?" And because I was like, "Cause I don't want it on my burger."
It's just
But I would
Did
eat
not compute
cheese if
for
it
me,
was like
yeah.
on a plate. I don't know. I've always had this weird thing about mixing cheese with other things.
I have a friend who has a thing about sandwiches. Like, she likes meats and cheeses, but just not combined with breads.
Huh. Okay, I guess that's kind of similar. Like I used to like cheese, I just didn't really like it on sandwiches or
Just,
on
yeah.
burgers.
so more
or-
like a cheese and like meat plate
Yeah.
scenario?
A charcuterie board. Get
Classier
some
that
olives.
Sorry if that's like a disappointing answer and everyone wanted me to go like, "Oh my god, bacon," but honestly, I don't really miss animal products.
They make some decent fake bacon.
Yeah. Coconut
there is some
bacon's
of them.
really good. Brady, it's good. Trust me. We went and we hung out with my brother. And we got coconut bacon, and it was.
I don't like coconut, so that sounds
Oh.
kind of terrible to
Yeah.
me too. But
Wasn't coconutty.
Shiitake bacon's good.
Sounds
Alright.
like it.
So, pick two to give up forever.
Oh God.
uh,
Zelda and Star Wars.
To what?
No.
Yeah.
I'll be in the fire if anyone needs me.
Tacos, pizza, beer, sex.
what am I? We're giving up
Damn.
two.
Two.
2
Tacos,
pizza,
beer,
sex.
and sex.
I got mine already.
tacos
I'll-
and pizza.
Tacos and beer for me because I'm not really a beer guy anyway. And if I have pizza, I won't miss tacos.
Yeah, I'm gonna say tacos and beer.
You're insane.
Yeah, wow.
Pizza over beer?
Yeah,
I think I could do
think
beer
so.
because there's other alcohol options.
Right, that's my thought too.
If
I'm
I
like-
had to, like, I could give
I
up
would-
beer.
I would probably get in better shape if I gave up beer.
Right.
Well, for me, it's beer's pretty obvious. Even the gluten-free beers are out there are not my favorite. I'm just a cocktail person. I love tacos of all varieties, so not giving that up anytime soon. And I'm a married woman for a reason, so I guess I would give up pizza.
I wasn't sure where
I
that
feel
was
like-
going to go.
I could just do enchiladas and calzones, and I'm okay. You
Yeah.
know?
yeah,
Can't just be like, oh, no sex. You know, I'll just masturbate. It's not a. I don't know.
Yeah.
just use this burrito.
Just right into the calzone.
Oh.
Oh,
And podcast over.
I can make dirty jokes too.
I
Good.
think
You gotta
We
snipe
need
them.
I think sex and pizza. Or the two. No, well, no.
Wait,
gonna
are
say
you
those are the
giving
two
up
I
or
would keep.
keeping?
Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
Those
no,
are
I
keep.
think-
Okay.
I don't know. Tacos or pizza. It comes down to, like, I could give up beer.
See, the thing with tacos
Keep
to me
sex.
too is
So it's
a lot of Mexican food is all of the same things
Yeah.
The exact
in
same
there.
thing,
Right.
yeah.
So, like,
Yeah.
yeah, like enchiladas, nachos.
Like I love tacos. I had tacos twice the other day in different forms. But I think
Could you-
tacos and pizza would probably be the easiest.
What were those? I was thinking they're like pizza tacos.
the pizza
What?
tacos?
Totino's or something.
Totino's.
Plus,
Do you
you
eat
could have
bagel
like
pizzas?
lettuce wraps or like Korean food tacos.
Yeah.
I have breakfast tacos every day. Like, think outside the taco box.
Well, John, do you remember the pizza tacos from work years back?
Yes.
Were you there for those?
Yep.
Like, you could just make one of those and not.
But
It's
that
like
wasn't
it's
that
a
like
pizza. so
a whole pizza, like
a whole pizza with like taco seasoned meat in it and
and then like folded up,
cheese
like
and lettuce and folded
That's
over.
called a
there's sour
calzone
cream.
or a stromboli, then, right? If you fold it, like I could just buy a pizza and I'll fold it in half and be like, "No, it's stromboli," and I'm
Oh,
good.
yeah.
All right, Nanners.
No,
and-
now it's a sandwich.
Nanners, should you
because
answer?
it's-
What was
Yeah,
your
tacos
answer?
and pizza.
All right, and Kay, are you?
whoa, you're giving up tacos and pizza?
Yeah, because that's easy to substitute. Like
He's on
I
Team
can just
Brady.
get a stromboli.
Yeah. Beer's too important, and
Yeah.
sex is that's the
Right.
obvious one.
Yeah.
That's what I need the beer for.
Yeah.
If I gave up the tacos and pizza, I'd probably have a lot more sex. The logic going with I'd be in a lot better shape.
I mean, no, because we just get chimichangas. Or
I'm not a big
chimichanga. Yeah,
chimichanga
chimichangas.
person.
Really?
Yeah.
That Mexican place down the street. They put like cover your ears, YouTube, but they put like an entire cow in there in the steak ones. It's like it's so unhealthy. They deep fry the whole thing twice too.
You told
They
them
put
to cover their.
Oh,
You
God.
told YouTube to cover their ears, so Kay is just going to put a big picture of a cow when they cover their ears because you didn't tell them to close their eyes.
No.
Oh. All right, Brady. The Witcher or First Law?
Like the thing I'm gonna do while pooping. Like, what's the context?
Why is it always poop games with you?
Just-
I don't know.
That was the entire question.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll
I
do.
will- I
I'll
will
do
say
both. Sure.
Our question asking audience, not super specific, like with the hot dogs. Like, how many hot dogs could you eat?
Was there a character limit on this?
No.
Are you positive?
So someone did ask me if it was a multi-line form. So I
That's what I thought
assume
it was supposed to be at first.
people
but
were
it's
hitting
only
like
one.
enter to go to the next line, and then it was submitting questions.
Yeah.
Oh well, whatever.
Anyway, so Brady, Witcher or First Law?
Yes. I guess that's like the John question, like
Right.
video game or book. I guess I'll go with The Witcher because there will probably be more of them.
Fair enough.
Seems like a safe bet.
Mhm.
So we're hedging our bets with like what will be the future, but like if they came out with like a another First Law book, like just knowing that you can't ever read it.
Well, does it
Because
say
you've
First Law
chosen to play
trilogy, or is it the universe? Does it say?
No, just says First Law.
So I'm trying to nitpick the questions.
Yeah.
Dan,
Yeah.
Like, how would you feel knowing that there's like a new book out that you can't read?
What's weird that I can't read, but I guess I would just survive. Watch movies,
Like your
whatever. Yeah.
Have
Wait
Leah
for-
read it to him?
yeah, you'll wait for the movie adaptation. You won't have
Oh,
read the
God.
book, and you'll
Wait,
just
could
be
I
like,
listen?
This is great.
Yeah,
like Audible, is that still an
No,
option?
you're cheating the question.
Yeah.
What if
What if
Leah
there's a
reads the
mod for
book
The
to
Witcher
him?
where you can listen to an audiobook through it?
Yeah, the new
What if
First
they
Law book
turned
is
The
told
Witcher
through the Witcher
3?
game.
There you go. Yeah, they adapt into like some DLC or something.
Oh my god, that would be.
All right.
Get on that CD Project Red.
Also, I didn't know these were books, so I have Audible credits to spend. So sure.
Do it.
Go get him.
Yeah, like the Brady quote on that is like better than Lord of the Rings. Like that would be like his like back of the book quote.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a fair statement.
All right, so of all the games you've played so far this year, what's your game of the year leader?
Oh, fuck.
It's too early for this. Fuck whoever wrote this.
It's not too early. It's August. Of all the
Yeah,
games
we don't
you've
get
played
on-
so far,
Did this
we don't
come
start
from,
playing these games until like November.
Did this
So
did this come from someone on this podcast who was just like, we should have mid-year game of the year lists? It's like,
I did suggest that, but I do not think I submitted this question.
I don't think.
No.
Do early access titles count?
No.
no.
I'm not having
still
that
want to
ar-
put PUBG, don't you?
I'm not
I-
going to
I
have
would-
that argument yet, and I'm going to hope the game
right.
releases. Otherwise,
yeah, that
we're
would be
gonna have
swell, but
going to have a discussion.
I'm going to throw
Nier
out Breath of the
for
Wild
me.
for me.
Nier Automata.
because I can't do Battlegrounds, I would probably say Prey.
I replay a lot of old games. I'm trying to think of anything I've played this year actually came out this year.
Skip me.
Puyo Tetris.
And it did come out this
good
year.
choice.
Well, yeah.
Anything on Switch.
In US, yeah. It did.
Yep.
Yeah, anything on the Switch is this year.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Snipper
say
clips.
Persona 5.
Oh yeah, I did like Snipper Clips.
Yanners.
I see Hollow Knight in his eyes. Is that what it's going to do?
Or Breath
That
of
is
the
good.
Wild.
I'm gonna have to say
Well-
Horizon.
Or Horizon, yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
It's fair.
Yeah.
giant robots. Come on.
Okay, so what is the best cereal?
Ooh.
Like of all time or just current cereal?
You just want to pick the Mario cereal.
I do.
gonna say,
Well,
what's
it was
the-
called.
God
It was
damn it.
called the Nintendo. Was it the Nintendo Cereal System? I think is what it was. Let me look it up.
Cereal system.
Oh
that's
my
cute.
god.
Yes. Here, let me find it.
While you do that, do you want to tell everybody my favorite cereal? Because I bet you know it.
It is definitely not Mesa Sunrise.
It's Mesa Sunrise.
What? What is it called?
Go ahead and describe it.
So I don't like super sweet things. It's a gluten-free flake cereal that's made of like corn and amaranth, but it doesn't get soggy. It's lightly sweet. It is the best. And it's pretty much the only cereal I like.
Okay.
I miss
have
Captain Crunch, but that has gluten, so I can't have it anymore.
So the Nintendo Cereal System it was a normal size cereal box that had two
System.
bags inside of it.
Yeah.
Yes, it was the system. Two bags inside of it. One of them had Super Mario Brothers shaped corn puffs, and the other one had Zelda shaped corn puffs. And they all tasted exactly the same, and it wasn't great, but it was Nintendo, and I was 8, and it was the best thing ever.
Damn you and you're being older than me. I never saw this before in my life.
What?
Oh.
I
Sad.
remember it.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
It was discontinued in 1989, so you guys would have been like, what, 4? 5?
Yep.
Yep.
And I was the
5, yeah.
oldest, so
I would have been born.
Yep.
Lucky Charms. You're all wrong.
I might go
Yeah.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
That is good.
That's-
I
yeah.
do like that.
That's a good one. Like, I think my problem is any cereal I get too often, I get sick of, and then I just rotate and like get something different. I don't know if that.
What's in your rotation?
I get corn pops a lot, cinnamon toast crunch, usually like honey nut Cheerios, apple cinnamon Cheerios.
I've never had Fruit Loops.
Fruit Loops.
really?
I get that
You're not
occasionally.
missing much.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Do you
I
guys
don't-
remember Cracklin' Oat Bran?
I do remember
Yeah.
that.
It is not a cereal. It's literally just small cookies that you eat in a bowl with milk. But
Yeah,
we were allowed to
like
have it
Cookie
once a
Crunch?
year. Yeah, we were allowed to have it once a year when my uncle came to visit from Atlanta. And oh, those days were precious.
If I have to go with a modern cereal, by the way, and this will probably gross everyone out, but Raisin Bran I do like. 'Cause I
No,
like raisins.
alright.
I'm one of
Are
those
you
weird people.
old and like 50?
Not
He gets
yet.
his fiber. Leave him alone.
Soon. Of course, nowadays they don't put a lot of raisins in it anymore, so it's
And
Oh,
it's like the
really worth it.
sweetest one. That's why you like it. That's why
That
everybody
too.
likes it.
yeah.
No, I remember when I was a kid, there was some contest or something. I'm pretty sure it was for Where's Waldo, where like if you had like 10 box tops or something, you got like some Waldo thing.
Yep.
And it was
Life
Raisin
cereal.
Bran. Huh?
Oh.
No. But
Really?
maybe it was. I remember Waldo had Life cereal, but something Raisin Bran had something that I wanted, and so like I begged and begged and begged my parents to get me Raisin Bran cereal, and like I had a bite of it, and like was like, this is the worst cereal ever. And like I just had this vivid memory of me like sitting at a like the kitchen table, like just crying, shoving this cereal in my mouth because like now they bought it for me and I want this damn toy, and like I hated Raisin Bran.
I thought
struggle
everyone
was
liked
real.
No,
So you were like the anti-Mikey?
probably. Yeah.
Remember little Mikey?
Yeah.
Yep.
He liked it.
But that was Corn Pops.
No,
That
it
was
was
Life.
life.
No.
Was it
yeah,
Life?
I
it was
liked Life. No, I liked Life.
Oh, okay.
It was Raisin Bran I hated.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah. I don't
Honey
remember
Nut
what toy it
Honey Nut
was.
Checks are really good.
Didn't
They're
know
kind
that
of
was a thing.
plain.
I didn't realize Chex were like a cereal outside of like the snack.
Yeah, they were. I mean,
That's
they
how
were
it
the
started,
cereal
wasn't it?
first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'd like mix your cereal with like all this other random stuff.
Yep.
And they start packaging it themselves.
Yep, pretty
Carlin
much.
safety pins, whatever you got around.
I guess my real answer is going to be Bootios because
Yeah.
Have you actually
mean-
tasted those?
no, I don't.
Okay.
I don't plan on opening that box,
No,
but I'm going
yeah.
to declare it the best cereal.
That
Fair
seems
In
safe.
case of emergency.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll make sure I'm not booty.
So Nanners.
Yes. Honeygram O's, by the way.
Honeygram O's?
Honeygram O's. You probably just know them as O's.
That sounds like
O's.
drugs.
Yeah.
No, wait, that sounds familiar. O's.
We've talked about it on the podcast before. It's my favorite cereal. And I just discovered it like last year or something. So,
I like
Pretty
the
happy
fact
about
that it's O's, OHS,
yeah.
not just O's.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause they don't
See
want
what
to be
those
like
rhymes
Cheerios.
I did
Oh
not know
yeah.
that they had the name Honeygram. I thought they were just
Yes.
O's.
No.
They're like Cheerios with like little things in the middle.
Like oats in the middle or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it is pretty good. It because it has a coating a lot like Captain Crunch did, with like that like kind of sweet honey, like it has almost like the taste of Captain Crunch.
Yes. But it has the texture then of like Cheerios.
yeah.
But it's more solid because of the little crunchies on it. But it's not quite as like sweet as a lot of the other cereals. So
Anyway, so Nanners, what I was going to ask you, Legos or 3D printers?
You could just 3D print Legos.
yeah, probably 3D printers because I don't think I bought Legos in like the last year. So
The entire year? Really?
yeah, I
Not
bought.
even dimension stuff?
Well,
bullshit,
okay,
yeah.
dimension stuff. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
No,
But-
you and like the blind boxes.
Those don't count.
That's what I tell my wife. Hi, honey.
All right. If you could choose one thing to change about the world, what would it be?
Going deep.
No, people don't like my existential questions. I'm going
Damn.
with what our public asked us.
Frieldo, economic disparity throughout the world is a huge problem and leads to a lot of other problems. I don't know how I would go about changing that, but it would be great if we didn't have the ultra wealthy and the ultra poor. Or like if all the governments in the earth put a lot more into renewable resources, that would be cool too.
That would be cool.
I didn't hear the question. I was too busy reading this Tim Allen tweet.
Is that a sentence that needed to be said today?
No, no, it didn't need to.
John, why are you still on Twitter? It's just so awful.
It is.
I
It's
mean-
the worst.
We could just assume Tim Allen is awful and it'll just all be right all the time, and we don't need to see or hear him.
I want to know why his Twitter name is OFC Tim Allen. What is the OFC?
Official?
Official.
Isn't that
Official?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that was way less exciting than.
not one of those bootleg Tim Allens you see out there?
Oh, I recently discovered bootleg things on Twitter, and that's amazing.
Okay, Twitter's good for its parody accounts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
but
like
that's the
dumb
point of
accounts.
Tumblr.
Eh.
Or the Reddit crappy off-brands.
that one's good. I like that one.
Anyway, John, if you could choose one thing to change about the world, what would it be?
Tim Allen.
Oh, that was the question. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would take away Tim Allen's Twitter account.
Just,
Of all the
get
Twitter accounts you
one
could take
chance to
away.
change
Yeah, right, there's
thing in
one
the
really
world,
big
and
one.
That's it.
There's one really big one, yeah.
What about Brady?
Bring back Nintendo cereal system.
Oh, thank you.
It would probably just be to take away religion. Not because I think it's necessarily the worst thing in the world, but I'm just curious to see what would happen.
That's interesting because like it gives a lot of people like hope and faith and like
Yeah, like
gives
I
them
don't want to
something
take away
live.
that stuff, but there's a lot of bad stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of like fanaticism and hate that comes from it. I could see that. That would be interesting.
Existential crises ahoy!
I think it would be population, and I know that that's an unpopular choice among friends, but I think overpopulation and the need to breed is like one of the single best things that you can do for the environment is not put another human on the earth.
I just think having one kid and being socially conscious is different than somebody having 7 kids. If you wanna make a difference, maybe we should start with those people.
Yeah, like or just I don't know. You can get one kid. Like, what if they're like
Nanners. They buy all the Legos and 3D printers.
yeah.
Well, if
I
you
mean,
have the
you
kid,
have
but
the
you
money.
don't eat burgers, it
You don't-
evens out.
You have the money. You don't have to buy him then.
Yeah.
I'm going in on the economic disparity thing too. I'm gonna. She took mine. There we go. I'm going with that. I just don't want to have to work anymore. So if we're not all poor, like, can I just not work?
I mean, that's actually a good point.
That'd be swell.
If you remove all economic disparity, just it's a utopia. You get into like a post-scarcity society. Be interesting.
Yeah.
All right, fine. Existential questions aside, pick your superhero ability.
Is this like an actually good one or a funny one with a caveat?
I don't know. Okay, so like if I could have like any superhero like supernatural ability, I would want the ability to speak any language. And speak and read and write and like understand all languages, like a Babelfish
Nerd.
type thing. Because that is like the one thing in my life that completely eludes me. I do not understand language. How to speak it, how to type it, how to words are hard. So if that's like been my long-standing one is like the ability to speak any language. I also think like riding the subway or riding public transit would be way more interesting if I like secretly understood like Mandarin or something when like, you know, or like Russian or something, and I look really unassuming and just being able to understand people's conversations.
You really want to hear about everybody's dry cleaning, I see.
Oh, I feel like that was so borderline racist or something there. I don't know.
Not really.
Is that-
I've
you think
been
all
on the
of-
New York subway. Everyone talks about like their dry cleaning. And, well, okay, when I'm in the financial district, everybody talks about like their dry cleaning and coffee and like that meeting. So,
All right. So then like any flight, super strength, X-ray vision, invisibility.
are we limited to superheroes?
Well, what would like
So that's the thing. Are we like picking a superhero, like getting all of their powers? Are we just picking one of the superhero powers? Like,
Can it
don't stop
just
picking
be a
these questions
fictional
apart. Like,
character?
I'm just reading them.
Decide the rules
so
for
broad.
yourself.
Yeah.
And answer it.
I want the powers of the genie from Aladdin.
There you
To
go.
grant free
There we
wishes
go.
Congratulations,
in a very
you're-
tiny bottle.
You're
No.
Jafar now.
Yeah.
Itty bitty living space.
I mean, he got to keep his powers. I saw the animated series, so I don't know what you guys are even talking
Yeah,
about.
where he still had the things on his arms, and that always bothered me because he was free and he still had the things.
Yeah, that
They're
bothered me too.
fashionable.
Whatever.
I think Brady posed this question to me probably like maybe a few months ago.
Yeah, I had to answer it for a wedding-related thing, so I might have
Yeah.
asked other people after that.
And I believe at that point in time, I went with like Scarlet Witch powers, which
Yeah.
is like
Which would
basically replacing reality with whatever I
Right.
The House of
can think
John.
of, basically.
Brady, what was your answer for the wedding?
Adam Eve's powers from Invincible. She can basically control matter, like at the atomic level. So she can just like make houses out of sand or do whatever, and so she can fly using that or make shield barrier type things. But it sounds pretty awesome.
Me, John, and Brady have all pretty much picked the same thing, which is like, yeah, we just all like to be gods.
Everything. Yeah.
Control all matter and reality.
Right.
So
Right.
take that, language girl.
I stand by my choice.
I made you
It's a good
forget.
choice.
I made a reality where you forgot you had that power.
You have to learn Russian too now.
How about Kitty?
I don't know. I'm sitting here thinking about it, and I really like your answer. Other things that I've thought of, it would be great to not have the medical need to sleep. If I could feel like I was rested and not
That's a
sleep,
good
I
one.
could get so much more done. I could
I
probably
saw-
learn some of those languages with you.
I saw that Doctor Who episode.
Another thing I was thinking was, you know how some people just genuinely like don't have empathy and don't have the ability to put themselves in other people's shoes. I'm thinking of this mainly because of my nonverbal brother and trying to explain things for him and get people to see his perspective when he's not able to do that. Like, it would be really cool to have your power be that if you're between two people or between two groups of people, you can get them to swap each other's mindset just so they can experience what the other person experiences for like a minute. I feel like that's all they would need for, I don't know, a lot of conflicts to be resolved.
Freaky Friday power. I like it.
Yeah.
Nice.
What about Aaron? Do you say yours?
I didn't. I mean, I'm really boring because all I want is really flight. But otherwise,
Like
I
Superman
could just
flight? Like you just jump and...
just jump and go. But if I have to go in on god level powers, I could. What's the deal with the Sentry? Power of how many exploding suns? Like 20 exploding
yeah.
suns.
I mean,
but I think I've already got his super depression down.
yeah.
Yeah, like, do you get the bad stuff too?
Yeah.
Brady,
would
you
have
got to
I
take a
guess.
real big dump right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that comes with Adam Eve stuff, doesn't it?
Yeah, if she absorbs too many atoms, I guess she just has to take a big dump.
I mean, that
Don't
doesn't...
we all?
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. I like a good poop.
Gotta look at game time in. Oh man, after surgery, I'm so scared to poop. I don't know. I haven't yet, and I'm like not looking forward to it.
Just
Whatever.
leave
How
that.
many days
Leave
has it
that.
been?
Leave that hanging out there too, so people have no idea when your surgery was.
All right, so who's your favorite Ninja Turtle?
In terms of like actual art history, Titian should have been a Ninja Turtle. Donatello wasn't that important. Just saying.
I'll allow it. Do you just want to go around the group or
Yeah, well, yeah.
hanging it out there?
Sure. Because I was actually gonna go with Donatello, the science thing. I feel like that's the obvious answer for me.
I'm gonna say-
April O'Neil.
God damn it.
April. and-
Casey Jones.
Casey Jones weapon set.
Yep.
That's still our best idea
Played
ever.
against sports.
Okay, so we have one Donatello, one April O'Neil, one Casey Jones. One of these things is a turtle.
Raphael.
Huh?
I
Yeah,
was
if I had to
always a,
pick Raphael, because I don't know.
Yeah.
The
party guy.
size or
Yeah, the size are cool.
Yeah.
Mm.
He's got attitude.
What more did you want in the 90s, the early 90s,
Yeah.
late 80s? It's all about attitude.
He said a
I
curse
was-
word in the movie.
Oh yeah. I was always a Leonardo guy.
I feel like Michelangelo would have been the obvious answer for me with orange, but no, it was totally Donatello. Kitty, how about you?
A Titian. I mean, or like a sort of roundabout real answer. Usagi Yojimbo is a comic book character that I love, and he was on Ninja Turtles and in some comics with them, so he's like maybe technically a character in that universe. So there's my answer.
We're like with 3 Ninja Turtles and 3 non-answers. This is about par for the course. All right. What is your favorite controller?
The 360 controller.
In sheer like hours of use, I'm gonna go 360 controller.
And
But
go ahead.
honorable mention N64 controller.
Nice.
Because I feel like that was a gateway to twin stick shooters and like first person shooters on a console.
But it was so wrong.
It was, but like only having one prepped you to use 2 later. I feel like people that didn't play the N64, when they go to a first person shooter on a console, it's like really difficult to get that movement down.
I mean, I guess I can't fault your argument there because my answer with saying the 360 was because that was what finally normalized PC controller controls.
Yeah.
PlayStation. And I don't think there's that big of a jump.
Which one?
Yeah, there's not.
They're all the same.
2, 3 to 4, they're all the same.
Yeah.
But
You're
I
on
know.
crack.
Yeah, for me it's I didn't have a PSX, so for me the DualShock PS2 controller is the most, for me that's the most comfortable controller.
Yeah. Was that your first console?
No.
Okay.
First console was an N64, but I also had played Super Nintendo.
I was gonna say, I wonder if it's like the first one you had like major experience with, if that's what you are most gravitate towards.
The NES controller sucked.
Yeah.
It was very uncomfortable to hold.
It's very
I
pointy.
spent so many hours with it.
Right.
The Super Nintendo was better because they finally rounded the corners.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, this shouldn't kill people's hands when they hold it.
Yeah, shocking.
Yeah. I'm trying to decide here in terms of like, overall use. The 360 controller I've used so much, and it was incredibly comfortable. The one is a little more comfortable, but it's got some odd assembly, I guess. Some of the plastic plates, like if I squeeze it too hard, like they shift around. Honorable mentions going to the GameCube controller. I actually really liked it a whole lot.
We could go through some rapid fire choices.
Do it.
Ice cream or milkshake?
Milkshake.
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 Ice cream. You can make
Ice cream.
milkshakes out of it.
Yeah, it becomes a milkshake eventually.
No. Not quite.
I think
No,
about
not quite.
when I was down at Disney this Christmas, and there was this woman who had this baby in like a stroller, and she was giving him ice cream or something.
She made it into a milkshake.
No, and she's like, I wish I could give him. I forget what the words was, but she was kind of like
Bourbon.
to the kid. She's like, I wish they like made this with like I could give it to you in a straw so you could just drink it. And I'm like, lady, that's called a milkshake. Like, let me change your world. Sega or Nintendo?
This kitty
Nintendo.
Yeah, Nintendo. Even though I'm like the avid hater of Nintendo, I would still pick that over Sega, I guess.
Yeah. Nintendo, obviously.
Nintendo.
I know nothing by Sega other than I guess Sonic.
Yep, that's the one.
Yeah,
Yeah, how do you feel about that?
Well,
How-
one thing I know.
How do you like his attitude?
he has one. I don't know. People who swore by the Genesis back in the day always confused me. I'm like, have you played a Super Nintendo? Well, there's no competition here. There never was for me, anyway.
Zelda or Mario?
Zelda.
Zelda.
Mario.
Mario.
Such a tough one. These are always a tie for me.
I'll go Zelda too, because a lot of the Mario stuff is, I think, fluff.
Zelda 2.
That's the hard one.
He's going with Zelda 2 specifically.
Yeah, that's the specific one.
Fluff. Explain fluff. What do you mean fluff?
Like Mario Party and things like that, where it's just
What
like
about the
Those
core
are-
games, though?
not real games.
Those
They're
are
Mario
core games.
IP. Like, let's just put the name on something.
Yeah.
And
Well, yeah, he's
Yeah,
a
but like Link's
company
archery
mascot. That's what
training.
happens.
Yeah. So I would just say that for Mario, like, there is very little story ever other than like the princess is captured, like you need to rescue her. Other than like Super Mario RPG and some of the Paper Mario games, there's like some story that goes on, but still you're playing the hero that jumps on shit and doesn't talk. Like,
Similar argument could be made for Zelda games.
yeah, I mean, that
but
is
they
true.
do have more story depth to them, I would say. But that's kind of boiled down the same way most of the time. It's still great, but I don't know. I can't decide. I'm going to go Mario just because I feel like those games are easier to pick up and put down. Like you can jump in, jump out. Zelda needs a lot more of a time commitment, at least in my opinion. I enjoy those games immensely, though.
Rocket ship or submarine?
You know, if you fly a rocket ship directly into the water,
yeah,
No,
I feel like
then it gets
a rocket ship
crushed.
could become a submarine.
yes, but a submarine could never become a rocket ship.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. If
Obvious
you,
winner,
If you surface
rocket ship.
fast enough, you can
You get
pop
like a
out of
hop.
the water.
You're a foot in the air. That is not a rocket ship.
I'm gonna say rocket ship because if something went wrong, it would be cooler to die in space than underwater.
Yeah.
I would agree with
coldest
that.
to die in space.
I don't have an overwhelming desire for either one, but I guess I'd go submarine. Just because I think some of the stuff I could see down there would be pretty neat.
It doesn't quantify if this is like a cool spaceship or like a space shuttle. Because like,
No, it just literally
Okay.
says
Rocket ship.
ship or submarine.
By now, we should know we apply our own interpretation. It's
Yeah.
just
Right.
whatever you want that rocket ship to
do you
be.
want the Millennium Falcon or the submarine from?
Das Boot.
Yeah, it's a tough choice.
Could you guys do a podcast in the nude?
We already do.
Yeah.
It's
called the
every
One of
week.
you guys asked
Fuchsiacast.
this.
Wait for it. Okay. Now you don't know.
Ah.
So much mystery. Oh.
John wears that Ripperway T-shirt for a reason.
Wait, you sound nude. Are you nude?
Sound nude.
Is that
All right.
echo off flesh?
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh, circumcised. Got it.
And we've come full circle. All right, I'm typing in a question that I'm not gonna. I can't.
Say out loud.
Yeah.
Okay. Should we answer it with
Yes.
But this one's got to be specifically for you.
Hyrule Warriors? Is that-
Hyrule Warriors.
Hyrule Warriors.
Hi, Woo Warriors.
I practiced this one too, and I'm still gonna fuck it up.
All right, go for it.
Okay, I can. Hyrule.
The next word's a normal word.
Yeah.
No, but I can't. War.
I don't think it's the name of this game. I think it's
Warriors.
she can't say
War-
warriors.
Hyrule Wario.
Hyrule. Hyrule Warriors.
I just don't think
They're
you can
really
say the-
worrying about things, and they're from Hyrule.
They're warriors.
All right, Kitty. It's down to you.
Hyrule Warriors?
Nailed it.
See,
Well done.
3 points.
just me. This is why I want my special superpower to be language, because I clearly fail at my
Just
own
overcome this
language.
one weakness.
That's
you can
okay.
finally-
Sometimes I say, and I know what both words mean individually, but sometimes I just verbally mix up adequate and aqueduct. I know they're totally different, but I will say the wrong one, and then I always feel like I have to be like, no, I actually know that that's the wrong word. My mouth is stupid.
You should just go with it, especially if you have to use that like at work at all. Just be like, you're fucking Aqueduct.
In Aqueduct.
In Aqueduct.
The person will be like, "Wait, what?" And you just walk out of the room.
Can you say that one, Kay?
What? Oh, the Warriors. See, I can do it on its
There
own.
you go.
But I just can't put the two words together in my head.
The problem is, I feel like I can't say the name of that game now just for having heard her say it so many times.
Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah, like I feel like I'm getting worse at pronouncing words.
You just, like-
War-
It's like you just get drunk when you try to think about those words together.
She just
Hyrule
thinks
Warriors.
of Linkle and her brain goes to mush. It happens to
Linkle.
everyone.
Yeah.
So is this like you're solving economic disparity there, where it's like vocabulary disparity? Like you're coming down and she's not really
Yeah,
coming up.
yeah.
Kay's one thing she'd change about the world is that she'd be able to pronounce that game properly.
Just be called something else. It'd be called Doom.
Oh my god, I hope they put that out on Switch.
Oh, hi.
Hyrule Warriors.
Perfect.
Anyway, okay. So what's your current favorite beer?
Right now, I've been getting a lot of Hell or High Watermelon because it's summer. And they have it in 15 packs instead of 12 packs, so I get 3 extra beers.
Fair enough. Is there a reason they put it in 15 packs, or like they couldn't count?
No idea. It's what Wegmans. It's the biggest case that Wegmans has, so I get that
Gotcha.
one.
Magic Hat number 9.
That's a good one.
This is a Kitty Arian. What's your current favorite drink cocktail?
Well, if you want me to chime in on beer, I do have a favorite. It's the Rodenbach Grand Cru. I like sour beers,
Oh,
and that's
okay.
a pretty good one.
Interesting.
Yeah, if I were to have a beer, it would probably be a Red Bridge because it's, you know, it's one of the gluten-free ones, and it reminds me of Rolling Rock, which I used to like in college. So if I were to have beer, that would probably be it.
Brady or Nanners?
I'd go with Bell's Two Hearted at the moment.
Brian drinks a lot of that.
I think maybe Resin by 6 Point. Been drinking a lot of that lately. I shouldn't say a lot of that.
That's just like a little too much for me. Like I like the Bengali. Bengali I could just drink like
Yeah.
Great
forever,
beer.
and it's like
So-
dangerous. Like resin, I feel like is just a little too much.
That's kind of why I like it. It's so hoppy that it I don't know. It gives me my fill for like a hoppy beer when I really want one. Okay. Did you say?
Yeah, Magic Hat.
Magic Hat. Okay.
Just the whole line. All right, I can do 2 more.
Okay.
All right.
All right. What would you do for a Klondike bar?
Genocide.
Donald, how'd you get on here?
Oh. I don't know. I do
magic
like
trick.
Klondike
You'd walk to the
bars.
refrigerator and unrap one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably.
Would you
about
go
it.
that far?
I think a more interesting question is what is everyone's favorite type of Klondike bar now that there's like 50?
Oh my god, yeah, there are like a billion.
Really?
Yeah, I've not sampled that many.
Oh.
It's gone the
I
way of
haven't
the
since-
Oreo.
Yeah. Oh god,
Yeah.
there's so many Oreo flavors.
Yeah.
I like Brady's explanation of going to the fridge because I can't say I would like even buy them for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Like
So
if they were
that's a
there,
step
you
too
would go
far.
get one.
Right. If they were already there, I'd get one from the freezer.
But you'd ask somebody to get you one first. Like that's not your first choice, is to go get one yourself.
Be like, you going there already? I'll take one.
Yeah, if you could just get me one while you're in there.
I should note there's one with pretzel and caramel in it.
What?
All right,
That is-
I can read them off. Reese's S'mores, dark chocolate, mint chocolate chip, crunch, cookie dough swirl, health, double chocolate.
You mean Heath?
Really tastes the health.
No,
No, it's a health
no,
Klondike
it's
bar.
health.
Health?
Health.
Okay.
Double chocolate, Oreo, Rocky Road, original, caramel pretzel, Neapolitan, brownie fudge swirl, because all the chocolate.
Right.
Neapolitan sounds good.
I haven't had one of these since all they have was vanilla.
I
Like,
know.
I have not had any of that.
I'd
I
say
remember when like the crispy ones came out.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
I'd say Reese's out of all of those.
That'd be pretty good.
I think probably if I'm actually thinking about my real life, what would I do for Klondike bar? I would ask my brother to trade some of his tortilla chips in exchange for me giving him a Klondike bar because he would want the Klondike bar and he doesn't like to share chips. So that would be my bribe.
So it's what would you do with a Klondike bar? rather than
Yeah.
What would you do for?
Yeah, okay, you're right. I messed that up.
That's fine though.
I'm putting it in my inventory and I'm going to solve a puzzle with it. The puzzle where Matthew gives me chips.
It's the best kind of puzzle. Yeah, I don't know what I would do for one. I'm with John. Just, if it's there, maybe.
Would you kill a man?
All right. Last question. What game are you most looking forward to?
Oh, god damn it.
Like ever?
So Persona 6 for you guys? or-
Half-Life 3.
Witcher 4.
Age of Empires 5.
Oh my god.
Said no one.
Just me. There's a reason they're not making more.
They're still
Just going back and
updating two.
remaking 2 over and over. Yeah.
because they can
That's true.
just remake 1 and 2
Milking that
over and
one.
over again.
3 was better.
Wait, I got it. Player Unknown Battlegrounds.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
That's a good answer.
Can't wait for that one to come out. Yeah.
Yep.
No, Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus.
I mean, if we're answering like in the immediate future, later this month, Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle is
Nice.
going to be really good. Super Mario Odyssey was the first thing that came to my mind because I'm excited to play a new full Mario game.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of stuff this year that I'm still excited for. I think.
Like,
Oh god damn it!
Everything that comes out on October 27th.
Pretty much. Wolfenstein. I want to play through the first one and play through the second one when that comes out. My list is on my laptop. So
Destiny
I'm
2.
scrambling. Oh, Destiny 2. Yeah, I fucking
yeah.
upgraded my whole computer for Destiny 2.
The new Assassin's Creed
You
game,
did do that.
perhaps.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed I'm probably going to wait on and see how other people like it. I will play it at some point because I play through like all of them. So, but I'm not in a rush, especially with Amazon getting rid of their 20% deals.
Is that completely done and over? Or is it just for pre-order?
It is right now in a current state of like fuckery because
Yeah.
they took away it used to be a game would release and then 2 weeks after you could still get the 20% discount if you had Amazon Prime. But now even pre-orders, some pre-orders you get 20% off, other pre-orders you don't. When they, I think Keith actually chatted into their support and said they would honor the 20% pre-order on all their games because that's what they've been instructed. So if it's not on there, that's a mistake.
So on the last couple of things that I pre-ordered, I noticed that the discount doesn't actually show up until like it's in my cart at checkout. So I wonder if they're just like adjusting the system and they just mess something up.
Nope.
Or if they're
It's-
trying to send it out the door.
Yeah, it's gone. There are
That's-
certain titles that you put in your shopping cart and they are $60.
That is a bad move.
Yeah, we'll see. And there's been your news for the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, there we go. We got some news in there.
Is Y2K out yet? I was pretty excited about that when we saw it at
Oh,
PAX.
yeah. I don't think so. Look for that.
Also, if we were talking about like hypothetical dream games, if there was ever an Usagi Yojimbo strategy game or turn-based RPG, I'm pretty sure that would be my favorite game.
What is that exactly, by the way?
It's a comic that's been going on for like 20 years about a samurai in feudal Japan, And everybody's animals, but that's not actually like super relevant to the plot in any way. But the guy who does it is an American Japanese guy, and he does a ton of research about the history and the art and stuff of all the periods he does stories in. So it's cool. Like, he did a whole chapter about traditional Japanese kite making, and like another one about how shoyu is made. And I don't know. It's a good quality comic. It's good writing, and I've enjoyed it since I was a young teenager. And the books are probably going to keep coming out for the rest of my life, so that'd be neat.
Y2K is not out, by the way, and has no set release date, just says 2017. So that'll probably bump to 2018, I get the feeling.
Yeah, so for the uninformed, that's supposed to be like a creepy, tongue-in-cheek RPG that takes place in New Jersey about a guy who gets like obsessed with online conspiracy theories, and it looked pretty fun.
Yeah, we saw that at PAX.
I know nothing about it.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Super Mario Odyssey as well if we're going for things in the near future. So that's going to be awesome. That, Destiny 2.
If you had to choose one.
You're breaking him.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how to compare those two, and fuck, we're going to have to do that at the end of the year.
Yeah, enjoy that.
And Persona.
And maybe PUBG.
And
Possibly,
PUBG.
yeah. Likely.
All right. So that was the end of, we can call that the end of our questions.
Did we find the ultimate question? Because that was the whole point, right?
No, the
The search
answer.
for the ultimate question. We already had the ultimate
I think we
answer.
started with it, right? Wasn't it the Pokemon sex thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
It started high, set expectations a little too high there.
Nanners, were you the one that said Mario doesn't have a story, really?
Yes.
Did you ever hear the story out of the original game manual?
I did, yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I had that game manual. I read that many times.
Yeah.
And that's why I said
like,
there
what?
really isn't one.
This is a very compelling story now that I'm reading this.
Oh, yeah. It's got black magic. It's got
Yep.
creepy stuff.
Turtles who are famous for their black magic.
Yep. And also, according to that, all of the blocks and bricks and everything in the kingdom are actually the mushroom
Those
people.
are the mushroom
Yep.
people. Mario was
Yes.
killing them the whole
Yeah, as you're
time.
running around punching blocks, yeah.
I'm not going to read the story. Just everyone go look it up. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I have the manual in the other room. I'll go grab it.
I mean, I'm staring at it. I could read it. I'm just not going to.
Or Patreon content. John reads the Super Mario Brothers manual.
AMSRs.
Ooh, premium
Yeah,
content.
that's
That'll be on Fuchsia. What did we decide?
Horse.
That's
pizza.
Horse.
It's only for people who pledge $20 or more a month. Only the biggest spenders.
The biggest spender.
Fuchsia.whale.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I was just going to say the whales, but yes, fuchsia.whale is even better.
So speaking of websites where you can actually find us, you can find us at battlefuchsia.com, streams at twitch.tv/battlefuchsia, videos and archive streams at youtube.com/battlefuchsia, Facebook and Twitter at battlefuchsia. So next 2 weeks we will return to our normal format of just talking about games. But for now, thank you for joining us as we try to come up with the ultimate answer or question. We're unsure.
I have no idea what just happened.
What do you mean?
Did we podcast?
Yeah.